episode 58. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host Domarat. Meow. I hope you are all well. I'm back from my travel to Poland. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you're a new viewer, this is a knitting, spinning and hand-dyeing yarn podcast in little town of Adliswil in Switzerland, where I live with my husband Gleb and our 3-year-old son Stasio. And I'm originally from Poland, but I live here for the moment, well, since 4 years actually. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. And if you enjoy my show, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. We have also a Ravelry group, which is Wolff&Schafe podcast, where you can find all of our knit-alongs and giveaways, and you can partake in them there, of course. So we have a knit-along that has just ended, and let's go to the most exciting part. So it was the Mix It Up Cal, and there are not too many brave people who used unusual yarns and posted their finished objects to the thread, but still, because we don't have too many of them, I decided just to make paper lots and put them here to this cute little bag with bunnies. So I've got them here, and I will now draw the prize. I will just remind you that the winner will choose one of these skeins. So, dum dum dum. All right, the lucky winner is Auntie Marta, who used maybe I should show this up close. Who used yarn that was made 100% from milk fiber. How amazing is that? So congratulations, Marta. Please let me know which one of these skeins you would prefer to get, and let me know where I should send it. Yay, congratulations, really. It was very interesting to look on all those finished objects and realize, like, I've never knit with something like this. How amazing is that? So just to remind you, this is Belladonna, my Belladonna base in Willow colorway. This is also on Belladonna and it's Cowboy colorway. And this is Lycos DK in Fishbowl colorway. So I'm waiting for your response, Marta. Yay! Okay, I wanted also to say thank you to all of the birthday wishes that I got. My birthday was on May the 3rd, and I mentioned this in the last episode, so I got some birthday wishes. Thank you so much. I also got a present from a wonderful person whom I adore simply. She's just so amazing, and it was so thoughtful of her to send me a pattern as a present for my birthday. Just one thing to say. I love you, Kristen. Thank you so much. And I have received a pattern by Helen Stewart from her new The Shawl Society 2 collection. Shawl Society, huh? And the pattern is Fairy Hill Shawl. So I think I will have to think about what yarn to use and cast it on. because never enough shawls, right? Oh my god, it was such a great thing. It was just wonderful. Thank you, Kristen. And yeah, I think we could start with knitting now. And well, my Romby sweater by Terry Crews. The yarn that I'm using is Malabrigo Arroyo, which is 100% superwash merino in sport weight, and the colorway is Purpuras, which I love and adore, and it's a pure pleasure to knit with such beautiful yarn. So as you can see, the body is done, but I think it was in the last episode anyway. And the first sleeve is finished. It will be more or less a 1/4 inch sleeve. That was my plan anyway. And yeah, I think one of these, because one of them is the leftover from the body and one of them is the leftover from the sleeve. I think this is from the sleeve. So I will have like 3 mini skeins left after this. But yeah, this is my last skein. So this is the 3rd skein, and I split the last skein for 2 sleeves, so I could use it well, in case I didn't have enough yarn, I could just, you know, go on until I run out of my half skein. So yeah, just like the pattern says, I finished this like I finished the edge with yeah, this marker is not necessary anymore. So both the edge of the body and the sleeves is just garter stitch, and I like it. I like these simple and really classy looking finishes and stitches. And this is the rhombus, but I don't think it's too dark. It's very dark today. It's been raining a lot. The river is like the river water level is so high, it's just crazy. But anyway, there is the rhombus. Maybe. Oh, yeah. So not on camera, but in real life, it's much better visible, I'd say. And I started the 2nd sleeve just yesterday, to be honest. And the needles I'm using are Knit Pro interchangeables in 3mm size, which is oh god, I forgot again. US size 2.5, I believe, something like that, you can imagine. So yeah, 2nd sleeve before me. That last sleeve, even though it was not a full sleeve, I felt like it took me ages. I enjoyed working on this project, but I was like, you know, oh, the body is done. Now it will be soon finished, and it isn't. So yeah, I'm magic looping here, of course, and yeah, these I have markers so that I could copy. I like not forget the decreases. So they are like the same. And yeah, I can't wait to wear it, but still the applied border awaits me. So I'm still not close to being done. And next up is my Patronus shawl. And I just wanted to remind you that we're having a giveaway, because the lovely and generous designer of Patronus shawl, Madeline Windsor, hello, she very generously offered us, I mean my podcast, she offered her pattern for giveaway. So I thought I will ask, since it's a Harry Potter themed pattern, I would ask a question connected to Harry Potter. So the question is, which Harry Potter character is your favorite and why? And if you're not a Harry Potter fan, just pick your favorite book character and tell me about him or her. Because I'm excited to hear that. And to partake in this giveaway, hop on to our Ravelry group, Wolff&Schafe podcast, and there is a Patronus shawl giveaway. And post your answer there. Well, let's have a sip of tea. Today it's one of the like simpler teas, but one of my favorites for years now. It's just Lipton tea, peach and mango. Black tea with peach and mango. And for some reason, this combination just speaks to me. It's so delicious. So yeah, my shawl did not grow that much. It grew mostly on a wonderful Warsaw knitters meetup that I attended in Warsaw, of course. So you can see, oh, but I love the color combination. So yeah, I was just here in the previous episode, and now I'm after the third stripe of the contrasting color. And the yarn that I'm using is this yarn. It's Eden Cottage yarns in Titus base, Titus for ply, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% silk. And this is millpound, and this is copper bucket, I believe. So as you can see, this skein is already a bit smaller than this one, but I just keep putting them together because I just love how they look together. Oh my god. And the needles that I'm using are my fixed Haya Sharps, again 3mm, so US size 2.5 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this pattern, but I was just so busy last week when I was in Poland that I honestly did not knit much. I mostly knit on that knitters meetup, which was so much fun, and a little bit when I had time. But to be honest, every day was busy. I visited many people, I met with many people, went to many places. So yeah, I don't have that much progress there. And next up, oh yeah, another project that did not grow as much as I thought it would is my sock project. Well, I'm really close to finishing this. It's just, I don't know. I was slow this week. So, Bloom & Fiber Arts Socks That Rock in the I'm Too Sexy For Your Needles colorway. So as you can see, I knitted this much, well, on these two socks, and I will soonish be knitting the ribbing, and I believe I will do a 2x2 simple ribbing, and it will be done. And I'm using Haya Sharps 2.5mm needles, which is US size 1.5. And yeah, this is it for my knitting this week. But that's not all for today, because I will be having a little sewing segment. I haven't sewn anything yet, except for the coasters I showed you last week because I was away. But as you know, I spent some time at my parents' place in Warsaw, and they are keeping for me an antique sewing machine that I got from my grandma, and that originally belonged to my great grandma. And it's just, well, you can see what it is like. Ta-da-da! So this is how the machine looks normally when it's not being used. You can see the brand name here, Zinga. And it's just so pretty. This is the wheel here. And now I'll try and open it. Oh, as you can see here, the leather band is broken and it's just hanging there. And then we take this out. And you can see how old this is. This belonged to my great grandmother. So yeah, first we lift this thing here. And we get a nice table. And then inside there's the machine. It's so pretty. Oh my god. So I believe first we lift this, then we lift this part. And then just a moment. Oh, yeah, we put this in place and we've got the machine. So I just wanted to show you the details because they are so pretty. There's a sphinx here, as you can see. I mean, it's just beautiful. You can see it has these, like, in places the paint is chipped, but other than that, can you imagine how old this is? I mean, I love my machine, the new one, but it just can't compare with this. Look at these flowers here. And yeah, this is a place for your thread. And yeah, this is how it looks like. But that's not all. It has really clever hiding places, like here. So there are bobbins here. And I really want to go ahead and check whether they would fit into my new machine. Who knows? Maybe they would. There are various ones. There's one plastic bobbin. There is one without those holes, but it does have this notch here. We'll see. So there are a lot of threads, some of them not ever opened, like here. So it's here, and then we can open this drawer here, and it's full of zippers and other unopened threads. I think this is just so cool. It's very, retro, never used. There is a set of needles with a cute cat. Well, maybe a bit creepy cat, but yeah. Needles and zipper and threads and elastics. And there is another drawer, and it come out. It also has, there is chalk that my grandma used for marking the fabrics, stuff like that. There is something I have no idea what it is, and it got blocked here. So anybody who knows what this is, Please go ahead and tell me, because I'm completely lost here. Here there are parts, various parts for the machine, I believe. And this is so funny. There is a box with the Donald Duck. And it has some... Oh, I can't open it with my one hand. Just a moment. We take Donald out. And there's this space. I believe you could put some bobbins here, possibly. Right? You can store your bobbins here. And there are some needles. And cute screwdrivers. Look, it's so tiny. And this is German made, obviously, Nähmaschinennadel. So it's needles for knitting machines. Knitting, I wish. For sewing machines. And yeah. It's a nice set. Probably not usable anymore, but still so cool. And I think this concludes our little... So I think this concludes our little session with this machine. Just have a last look. It's awesome. Yeah. Lovely. I love this machine. I wish I could work on it, but for now it will be my Elna there. Hello. Anyway, I did not take the threads because I thought they are not usable anymore. Probably they are weakened or something. If I'm wrong, please let me know. but I did take the bobbins. So I have the bobbins with me, and I will check whether they fit my machine, but I feel like they would, and it will be so cool to use them, honestly. And I took these zippers because I thought I won't be too worried if I mess something up with them, because otherwise they wouldn't be used ever anyway. So I took these 4 zippers because they look completely fine to me. Because I believe my grandma was using this machine for quite a long time. I mean, until really late, and she stopped sewing maybe 10 to 15 years ago, I'd say. So maybe they are still usable. Anyway, I of course bought some fabrics because I did not have almost any fabrics. Oops, sorry. Sorry, kitty. Yes, I almost met with, when I was in Poland, I almost met with a friend who made domarad. We were supposed to meet at my birthday party, but she went sick. She got sick, and in the end we didn't meet, but we have an appointment on Skype. Anyway, where was I? So I did have some fabrics because I used to sew by hand a little bit. Like, for example, this little pouch. I think I showed this on the podcast some ages ago. But yeah, I made this by hand. So I do have some leftovers from some little projects, but of course I wanted some more fabrics I can learn on. So I ordered from a Swiss shop, both from a Swiss shop and from a Polish shop, because there is a shop that I know from before, that I bought from them before. And it turned out that, as inexperienced as I am, I actually managed to buy diversity, a small diversity of types of fabrics, because it turns out that the fabrics I bought from a Swiss shop are a bit, it's cotton with some like few percent of elastan, so they are more stretchy. And this fabric was on sale, so I thought, yay, yay for me, and I bought this. These little flowers. So as I said, this is cotton with some elastan addition. And I bought these stars. They're cute. Cute. And then I bought some like foresty, mushroomy, well, toadstooly, more like toadstooly with frogs and ladybugs. My son really enjoyed this fabric when he saw it. And I found this. Oh my god, this is so cute. And lastly, from the Swiss shop, I got this. Oh my goodness. This is like a sister fabric to the stars I showed you before. But yeah, no penguins here. And penguins here. And then I bought mostly just 100% not very stretchy cotton fabrics from this Polish shop I knew from before, except for this from this fabric, which, oh god, it makes the camera crazy. It's not as red as it looks, but I bought this fabric to make myself like a traditional folk headscarf, and I thought it would be a great project because you only need to make a rectangle and then do the edges, so I could practice on it. And this is exactly a pattern used in Polish traditional folk headscarves. So I bought some of this. And to be honest, the prices were so much lower in the Polish shop. But anyway, this is wild strawberries. Aren't they cute? And then also hearts. Hearts. Just a little bit, probably for some project bag or something. Also like this one, and this fabric, oh god, I'm in love with this one. You know how much I love tea, and this is full of teapots and teacups and teaspoons. It's just perfect for me, and I wish I will be able to make it into a lovely project bag for myself. Hopefully I will. So yeah, these are my fabrics. You can see that I have some stash already, which is crazy because I'm just starting, and maybe I went too crazy with that, but what can you do? So yeah, this is it, and now the life in general segment. If you care to hear about my life mostly outside of crafting, please stick around. So as you know, we had this, like, the main reason for us going back home now was my grandma's 90th birthday. And this grandma is a person who taught me how to knit, and I and my sister and our cousins, we spent really a lot of time at her place as children, and she would teach us everything she knew. Like, she would show me how to knit, how to embroider, how to Crochet also I did not learn that well from this particular area, but yeah, she would always show us stuff, and she was also a good sewist herself. She actually had two machines, the one that I showed you and a newer one as well, but it was also non-electrical. It had a pedal. It was a Polish-made machine, and it went to her other granddaughter. Anyway, she would do various crafts, but knitting was her first love. So she would be like, people would always think of her sitting with her knitting needles and yarn in a yarn bowl, not yarn bowl, just in a bowl. If you're hearing noises, that's my husband who came back home because he's not feeling very well, unfortunately. He has an appointment with a doctor tomorrow, and fingers crossed it's nothing serious. So yeah, there was this birthday party. It was huge. There were like, for me it's huge because it was 27 people from like brother family, and there was this cake I told you about, the cake. And yeah, it was amazing. I met with my godfather, whom I don't meet that often, who is my father's cousin, and with some other relatives I haven't seen in like forever. And yeah, it was great, really, and Grandma was so happy. Also, it was all kept in secret from her, because her daughter thought that she won't sleep through the night if she knew there will be the party. So she just thought she's meeting with Sam, like closest family. And I was a bit apprehensive about this because I thought that, well, it's a bit unfair to put Grandma in the middle of such like so many people. But yeah, that was what my aunt decided, and Grandma was delighted. Stasia was the youngest on that meeting, but there was his cousin who coincidentally has, like, she's also Magdalena and she's much older because she's 12, but she really enjoyed playing with him, so it was great. And yeah, I gave the present that I've knit for my grandma, and you can see on the photo. And it was so worth going there. It was amazing. So I'm happy. So as I mentioned, my stay in Poland was busy because there was this party, there was Warsaw Knitters meetup. I also went for the whole day to a town near Warsaw where there was a watercolor retreat of Polish Watercolorist Society, whom I know a little bit because I used to go to some retreats with them. And it was, oh, that was really amazing. You know, I don't paint so much anymore, almost anything, but I used to, and I was so happy to see that I still remember how to hold the brush, and I actually created a painting while I was there. And I also had the great opportunity to meet with very, very skilled and talented watercolorists. It was a great thing to do, and I hope it will inspire me to paint more. But who knows? I have so many hobbies. So yeah, then there was also my birthday party, to which I did not have so many guests, but there were 13 of us anyway at my parents' old house. So it was also something very exciting, and I decided that I will wear a kimono for my birthday, because kimonos are the most fancy outfits I own, and they are also so beautiful that I decided to use the chance to go fancy and dress up. Last 2 years that I spent birthday here, I also dressed up in a kimono, just for fun. So I think it's turning into a tradition, and I decided to call it that I'm aging with style. Because why not? So yeah, it was, if you're curious, it was my 32nd birthday, and it was so much fun. It was really amazing. One of my friends came, even though she's pregnant, and she will like her due date is really close. She came anyway and stayed really long, so it was very nice of her and her husband, because her husband is my friend from primary school. Like, I've known him forever. And I also got some fun presents, and I thought I would show you some of them that might interest you. Oh, one of them, this shirt is from my sister, by the way. So yeah, I got some teas. So I got Japanese sencha tea, and also from this, there is a chain of tea shops in Poland called 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. And they are, I think they are the best tea shops in Poland. And it's gyokuro tea with some surprising additions, like raspberries and, oh my goodness, what's the name? There is this blue flower that grows on the fields. I don't know what it's called, but it's there. And this mix is called Poranek w Kyoto, which means morning in Kyoto. So people know me. They know that this kind of present won't be wasted on me. And the last of the presents that I wanted to show you, because I thought it might interest you, is this book. Because one of my friends heard that I got a sewing machine, and this is a book about basic sewing. It's called Of Sewing, basically, and it's a Polish book by Jan Leśniak. And I think there is some, well, he's a designer, and he wrote this book. There he is. And I just flipped through this book. It seems interesting. It starts with really basics, like how does the sewing machine work and stuff like that. But also it, for example, shows you how to dye your old clothes. Well, I do know how to do that, but still fun. Yeah, something like this. So it's very accessible, I'd say. Some of the projects look like something I would never wear, honestly. Like something like this blouse, or however you call it. But what I like about this book, it seems very clear, and it does show you the basics. So yay! I hope to make some fun things using this book and to learn a lot. And what else? Is that all? Well, it's almost all. I only wanted to share with you the book that I'm reading right now. It's unfortunately only for Polish readers, but it's awesome. It's 2 volumes put into one, so I'm somewhere here, just at the beginning of the 2nd volume. And it's Pamiętnik Wacławy, which means Wacława's Diary, by Eliza Orzeszkowa, who is one of the most prominent Polish writers from well, the end of 19th century. And she almost got a Nobel Prize. But yeah, I did not know about this book. And it's just like it's a diary of a young lady of noble birth who just starts her grown-up life, which is at the age of 17 in those times. The book is from 1870 or 71, something like that. And it's, oh my god, it has something of Jane Eyre aura, I'd say. And this author, since she's so famous in Poland, I had to read some of her books at school, and they were so unenjoyable. Really, but you know how school can ruin enjoying books. So yeah, I was so excited to see something like that, like flowery and girly, I'd say, I put it, and I'm really enjoying this book. There is sense of humor there, but there are really serious topics like aristocracy being lazy and losing all of their goals in life, and how working makes you a better person and stuff like that. But then again, there are the characters are likable, and if they are not likable, they are at least interesting. They feel like real people, and I think the author put a lot of her own experience into this, because she also was from noble house. And yeah, if you're Polish, or if you know Polish by chance, I highly recommend this book. It's so much fun. Well, not only fun, it's also just an interesting read, and I really like reading about other cultures or older times and how people thought back then. And it's just, and there is a ball, there are 2 balls. By now there were 2 balls, you know, you can't not enjoy a ball. Maybe the ball in the 4th volume of Harry Potter is the reason it's my favorite Harry Potter book, but also I always think it's also because there are those foreign students and there is some diversity, variety, however you call it, so it's just very enjoyable for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We hope you will have a wonderful week. Don't forget to take part in our Patronus shawl giveaway. And happy knitting, happy spinning, sewing, and any crafting you're doing. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, bye!